Hi, I'm Susan Biggs. I'm the Director of the Sydney Peace Foundation. As most of you know, the Foundation aims to promote the progressive values of peace with justice, respect for human rights, and the language and practice of non-violence. We do this through spotlighting remarkable global change makers and leaders. We've decided to start a new series called 5 Minutes of Peace, where we'll bring you 5 minutes from some of the best moments of our Peace Prize recipients over the past 22 years. The messages we'll share are still really applicable and a good reminder that lasting change takes time. The first Peace Prize laureate is Naomi Klein, the winner of the 2016 Peace Prize. Naomi is a Canadian author, social activist, and filmmaker. Her latest book, an instant New York Times bestseller, was published in September 19, and it's called On Fire, The Burning Case for a Green New Deal. It deals with the fact that the climate crisis has moved from a future threat to a burning emergency and is a vision for transforming our economies to battle climate breakdown at the same time as inequality. To start our new series, 5 Minutes of Peace, here's a slice of Naomi Klein's 16 lecture. If you'd like to hear more, visit our website.
This country called Australia was born precisely at the dawn of fossil-fueled capitalism. We should connect the dots because the dots are connected. The land grabs, climate change, and the economic and social theories that have rationalized all of this. We are all living in a very real sense in Captain Cook's climate. One detail that I found really interesting in my research for this lecture is that the HMS Endeavour didn't start its life as a Navy vessel, tasked with unlocking astrological and biological mysteries, and in its spare time claiming vast swaths of territory for the British Crown without Indigenous consent. No. The Endeavour was built in 1764 to haul coal through British waterways. When the Navy purchased it, it had to be radically retrofitted to be suited for Cook and Banks's globe-trotting voyage. And it does seem fitting in a way that the ship that laid claim to vast swaths of what is now Australia started life as a coal vessel. Is it any wonder your government has an unnatural love affair with coal? Is it any wonder that as the catastrophe unfolds on the Great Barrier Reef, one of the wonders of the world, this has not caused in any way the government in Queensland to rethink its crusade for new coal projects? As Vandana Shiva said when she accepted this prize 6 years ago, the roots of our crisis lie in an economy which fails to respect ecological and ethical limits. Limits. Limits are a problem for our economic system. Ours is a culture of endless taking, as if there was no end to what can be taken and no consequences for the taking, a culture of grabbing and going, and now this grab and go culture has reached, perhaps, its logical conclusion. The most powerful nation on earth has elected itself a grabber-in-chief, a man who openly brags about grabbing women without their consent, who says about the invasion of Iraq, we should have taken their oil, international law be damned. This rampant grabbing, of course, is not just a Trump thing. We have an epidemic of grabbing, land grabbing, resource grabbing, even grabbing the sky by polluting so much that there is no atmospheric space left over for the poor. And now we are hitting the wall of maximum grabbing. That's what climate change is telling us. That's what our endless wars and the huge displacement of people is telling us. And maybe that's what Trump is telling us too. That it's time to put everything we have into shifting from this culture of endless taking to a culture based on caretaking and beginning to repair the damage. caring for the planet, or caring for country, as you say here, and caring for one another. Crucial fights to stop the Northern Gas Pipeline, which would open up vast areas of the Northern Territory to industrial fracking. This resistance is of global importance because these mega projects are massive pools of carbon that we now call unburnable carbon. Carbon dioxide and methane that, if extracted and burned, will not only blow past Australia's paltry climate commitments, but blow through the global carbon budget as well. And the math on this is very clear. In Paris, our governments, even yours, agreed to keep warming below 2 degrees Celsius while pursuing efforts to limit temperature increases to 1.5 degrees Celsius. And getting 1.5 in there was a huge victory for low-lying island states who fought incredibly hard for that. That goal, and it's an ambitious one, places all of humanity within the confines of a carbon budget. That's the total amount of carbon that can be emitted if we want to have a fighting chance of meeting those targets. And what we now know, thanks to breakthrough research from Oil Change International in Washington, D.C., is that if we burn all the oil, gas, and coal that is currently in production in coal mines and oil and gas fields, we would very likely pass 2 degrees of warming and certainly pass 1.5. What we cannot do under any circumstances is precisely what the fossil fuel industry is determined to do and what your government is so intent on helping them to do. Dig new coal mines, open new fracking fields, and sink new offshore drilling rigs. All of that carbon needs to stay in the ground. The fossil fuel frontier is closed. Leonard Cohen, one of the all-time greats in the Tower of Song. Most people didn't know it, but Leonard was passionate about climate justice. And when we drafted the LEAP, we sent it to him, and he was one of the first people to sign it. And he stood by it even when our media called it economy destroying and dangerous and radical. He had no qualms about putting his name to it. His last album, released just a few weeks ago, is a masterwork. It's so good that somehow we all knew it was a parting gift. So I'll leave you with the first verse from Steer Your Way. Steer your way through the ruins of the altar and the mall. Steer your way through the fables of creation and the fall. Steer your way past the palaces that rise above the rot, year by year, month by month, day by day, thought by thought. Thank you.